it's just, it was always meant to be, weren't it? Everyone knew that I was going to end up eventually being here, so it wasn't a question of if I was going to be in the UFC, it was when. And the time's finally arrived, lad. I'm here, and I'm here to make a statement, lad, and to let everyone know the boy is.
Well, what do you think about Jake Paul, YouTuber turned fighter?
He's a sausage. I'd fight him tomorrow and I'd beat him up.
Who's that? Oh, hand sanitizer boy. Is that who you mean? Oh yeah, that's his name from now on, lad. Don't refer to him as his name, lad. His name's hand sanitizer because it got bounced off his head. But I don't concern myself with none of that, lad. He wanted to come at me and try and act hard, and he got put in his place, lad. I was stood there on my own, and there was about 6 of them, and he done nothing. If he wanted to do something, he would have come round the table and tried to have a fight with me, but he didn't. He stood on the other side of the table because he knows what's good for him. Yeah, I knew this would happen. No, what, just before we get started, if there's any reporters from the Sun in here, don't dare ask me a question. Don't put me in that rag of a newspaper. Just thought I'd get that in. Yeah. End of.
And it was nice, obviously, you know what I mean? One of the biggest name the sport's ever had. Wishing me good luck. It's always nice to have compliments like that off people who are in such a high ranking in the sport. I know what I'm coming to do. You know what I mean? I'm coming to be the new face of this sport, just like Conor did, and I'm coming to do the same thing.
And this is probably a stupid question because I can see the pizza in front of you, but do you ever miss the six-pack when you blow up between fights?
I'd rather be fat and happy than ripped, and like these people who are ripped all year round aren't happy. I'm not arsed. I don't care what they say. This six-pack's sound, I look great, but I'd rather be fat and happy, lad.
Let's say there's a fight, and then the Friday after, how heavy are you by that point?
Do you want me to tell you or do you want him to tell you?
I think this time I was like
82?
88. No, by the next Friday.
Friday, sorry, lad,
By the next Friday I was about 87, 88 kilo. So about what? What's that? About 190, 195. Something like that, yeah, know what I mean? Like, as soon as he come out of them double doors, lad, he snarled me, know what I mean? So I looked at him and said, what? And then he walked towards me and I said, what's happening, lad? And then as he got close to me, he like swiped the slap at me, know what I mean? And obviously, lad, if you raise your hand to me, I'm going to do something. So I wasn't punching him because I'm not breaking my hand and not being able to fight and earn me money on the weekend. So I stepped back and picked the hand sanitizer up and bounced it off his head. And then he swung a dig, what I moved out of the way of with a bit of ease. He's just got a little bit of small man syndrome, lad. You know what I mean? He's only 5'7", isn't he? So just try to leave the little men to it. That was gangster. Yeah, that was sick, lad. I said what was going to happen, lad, and it happened. I looked a bit at the start, like, but you know, I'm never in a boredom fight, am I? Yeah, I can remember when I was a kid, when they done the first ever UFC Fan Expo in London. And I asked Stephen Bonner for a picture. And he walked away. He said, I haven't got time, and walked away. And I've never forgot it. Yeah, so he Stephen Bonner. He lad. This is my destiny. I'm here, and I'm the new kid on the block, lad. And I told you the other day, I'm going to get a first round finish. People think I'm a grappler, and I've just shut everyone up.
Were to pick someone on the UFC roster to face Jake Paul, who do you think would be the best matchup?
Anyone who can box. Literally, anyone who can box. Get him someone like Nate Diaz or something who'll just jab his head off.
Break me hand hitting someone, know what I mean? Especially someone so meaningless, know what I mean? Who even is he? Seriously, who is Mr. Hand Sanitizer? Like, he's a no one. He used my name for followers and to gain some publicity. And he put a video up and made himself look like a right tool. Them bonuses are killing me though, you know.
The tax.
Get paid in dollars, lad.
Oh, jeez.
Gotta convert that shit over, lad. I'm the boy, aren't I, lad? You know, I put bums on seats, lad, and I put people want to watch the telly, lad, when I'm on it. I'm just one of them people, lad. People say they're drawn to me, and it's just because I'm the way I am. I don't try and act like nothing. I'm just me. What you see is what you get, and a lot of people can relate to that. I don't try and put on no big act and try and be anything I'm not. Like, a lot of people used to think that, but once they watch me podcast and watch me vlogs, they realise that this is just me and this is who I am. And if you don't like it, leg it. If you like it, sound, I like you. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, because I was put on this earth to do this, lad. Entertain people and beat people up. It's what I do. It's what I've done for years, lad. Been doing it since I was 15. Like, I started fighting when I was 16, training when I was 15, so Lad, I've said it before. I reckon in a past life, lad, I was a gladiator in the Colosseum because I was just meant to do this.
Is Everton going to avoid relegation?
Up the fucking top.
Lads!
Have you got a pop to George for a new dressing gown after Lenny chewed up the last one?
Oh, lad, he's a little prick, and you know, just chews everything. Luckily enough, I've just took that was like you know what you tie it together with.
Yeah.
I just took that out. But I've got about 4 dressing gowns in ours anyway. Everyone buys me them for like gifts for Christmas, so I've got pure dressing gowns. It's when he chews the slippers, lad. That's when he gets annoying. Me Rick and Morty slippers, he needs to swerve chewing them, mate. Lad, who wouldn't be interested in that fight, lad? Know what I mean? Anyone on this roster got offered to fight Conor McGregor, the saying, yeah? You're getting pure dough in pay-per-view points. Get that cash money in, yo.
You mentioned that you don't do this for money, you do it for legacy. What is your legacy with the UFC? How do you see that?
I've always said it from the time I was an amateur. I want to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And that's just the way I see it. I've said that since I was 16. I don't do this sport for anything else. I do it to prove that I'm the best. And